so cool. उनको पता है उनको किधर गिरना है क्या? होगी? अरे 3 गिर रहे हैं, 4 अरे
जो लड़की बोल रही है इससे हम बात कर सकते हैं।
ये कुछ बनाएंगे क्या?
ये उस तरफ से शूट किया
शिट में ऊपर में वाह ओके दैट्स इंस्पायरिंग oh this इधर भी आ रहा है देख this is
Please give a massive round of applause. We now have he is on our 7,000 square foot Union flag. This flag is the largest flag just on demo. The flag material itself weighs 45 kilograms and the weight of the model is another 45 kilograms, making in total a 90 kilogram flag. As the flag is everyone again, please put your hands together for Corporal Oliver Rock.
And look at the stability of the aircraft yaws, which means it's turning towards the runway. And now it's a simple command from our pilot, Si. Push forward on his left joystick and command that acceleration as those front four tilts start to tilt forward, pulling the aircraft into the direction of the runway. The airflow will start to build over that wing, and more lift will be generated from that wing instead of those motors, which means the motors start to relax as the flight control system is just delicately balancing the aircraft as it goes past the commentary booth. What a sight as the tilts are now fully forward and those aft motors, as you can see, start to ease off and they're barely even spinning now. And what happens is the propellers, after the motor's been turned off, the propellers start to do what's called a stowing maneuver, where they go from a 90-degree configuration to on top of each other, and then they park any particular element. It can just use something else, and that allows us to build in this airliner level safety. And it's flying over us now. I'm going to stop speaking because listen to it. It's very quiet. What an amazing sight. And it's worth at this moment reflecting on why do Vertical want to do this? I mean, it's a really challenging thing. And at this moment, we really think of our why as a company in two ways. The first way is really about solving an engineering problem. It's difficult to get around cities. There's lots of ground congestion issues, leaves on the rail down. And as it does so, the lift from the wing is starting to wane. So it gently spins up the rotors, putting more of that lift back onto the motors instead of the wing, and those front four motors are tilting up, and again the aircraft is delicately balancing its stability along that way, and we see it coming along the runway now. It's a beautiful sight. Listen to it as it comes past. Wow. And this is what it's all about. We want to inspire all of us to dream big. This is a technical challenge. As it goes past the commentary booth now, I'm still feeling inspired. I've been working at this company for 5 years, and I've never been more inspired, honestly, looking at this site. I'm so proud. And if you look at all the Vertical people here, we're all so... What a sight as it comes to almost a full stop.
Great video. If you've got your videos or your iPhones out. And this, the photographers among you all will be pleased to know, is a very fine display indeed. And to achieve that outstanding speed certification, the flight test model actually had to fly at supersonic speeds, reaching Mach 1.02 in flight testing. Obviously not flying supersonic today, but quite a high speed nonetheless at 290 knots, and yet you heard just how quiet that aircraft was as it passed by. This particular about to do something of a wing rock up to 30 degrees angle on bank.
Oh, Jesus.
Thrust reversers deployed from the United Arab Emirates. It's Fursan Al Emirat. All 7 aircraft safely off. Sultan Kindi adjusting his position as number 7 sliding in.
You will understand that smoke will be on, the color smoke will be on.
So here they come, San Al Emirat. Big wing formation now. Keep an eye on number 6 and number 7 at the back as they come through the top of this loop.
At the same time, after the smoke off, aircraft will be rolled.
Cameras ready. Rolling.
They are looping and taking their positions again. The 7 aircraft are all in the communication with each other. Number 1 is giving the orders and 7 and 6 are fixing the rest of the group in the same time, and they are stepping back. Moving to the left and preparing for the next maneuver, which will be the 9.
Shortly, and again, watch out for number 7, Sultan Kindi, Colonel Sultan Kindi, Chief Commander, starts to separate before he starts to solo. Out to the right, pitches the aircraft up, and rolls.
Positive and negative view. Fursan Emirat from right side now, they are entering again.
They're going to change shape. So 1, 2 and 3, leading them up all the way to the top, staying in diamond. As they transition downward in the downward component. The aircraft will head out to the left. Time to find its head on the crosshair. Pop up in the air in front of you and snap the aircraft back away to the top. You'll roll the aircraft back around. There's the roll.
pitch back down onto runway 06. Speed building up all the time, and also that deloading. Again, in reverse of the half cubit, this time completing it, doing a full cubit. Perfectly executed. Sultan Kindi into the vertical. As expected, expertly. More powerful, so the same way that when I'm in my car, when I get to a junction or maybe I want to overtake someone, the power is there, but I'm not robbing it from the footprint from the petrol engine. So, I'm very pleased to say that Ray is back, Ray Martel from GE. Ray, how was yesterday for you?
Yesterday was excellent. It was perfect weather and a great display day. Everything went perfectly as planned.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Adam, who is going to be quizzing you about this wonderful test bed that you had enough of me yesterday.
Excellent.
You'll enjoy it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for GE Aerospace and Beta Technologies with the Saab 340B hybrid aircraft.
Yes, and that aircraft waiting down at the far left hand.
The Saab is part of the EPFD program, which is a culmination of 10 years of effort with NASA, GE, Boeing, Beta Technologies, highlighting 30,000 feet capable parallel hybrid systems.
And it's the first time this has been done on an aircraft anything like this size, right?
That's correct. It's the first ever demonstration of adding power to the propellers as they come across and bank across the show center.
And how do they manage that in the cockpit? What controls do they have available to them?
Yeah, we've added changes to the cockpit, including additional.
What are you hoping to deliver at the end of this?
The long-term aim is to collect data that goes into our future of flight. This is providing data that goes into all of our next-gen products and provides our partners and NASA with the necessary things to lead the whole industry. So you can see the plane coming around there, again turning into the motoring mode to help assist with that turn. There's been extensive, like I said, ground testing and flight testing. As you can see here, the plane's coming in dirty. Gear down, flaps 20, starting that turn. The plane was flight tested in the United States, ferried over to the show here, but not publicly unveiled until we got here. And it's been a pleasure.
Lead pilot Tom Gazelles and wingman Mike Pickin have more than 50 years of airshow and competition experience between them. They came together in 2021 to form the Starlings, initially flying one extra NG and one CAT 232, but now flying a pair of extra NGs. So far they've been flying. Watch now as the team pulls up into their trademark manoeuvre, the looping 270. They create a perfect circle in the sky with their smoke before twisting the formation towards us, now into a 270-degree turn.
Yeah, well, you get to see a Merlin engine soon. We're up in the sunshine.
As Tom and Mike exit to our front, it's definitely time to get your cameras ready as they prepare for probably the best photo opportunity of the display. They pull through a half loop to come back towards us, hanging in the straps now and splitting in the crossing break.
How difficult it is to say stuff that? I don't know. Turn the propeller. So they stall the aircraft in purpose, put it into a flat speed roll, and the job is to save it before you have to go home.
The extra NG in total, including the Spitfire, and in fact, he's the youngest Spitfire pilot in the UK.
That was the aircraft. That's because that madman flew through a tunnel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Starlings Aerobatic team. Here is your answer.
300 more.
Simulate enemy aircraft operating dissimilar types. Pitching up and away.
45-degree roll and rolling out to the right. See how quiet it is? That's just going to make it so much zero in-flight emissions. So the ethos behind it is rather than waiting for those widespread infrastructure required for air taxis, Beta have focused on creating an aircraft that can enter service using today's available network. Unlike many electrical aircraft projects that rely on vertical takeoff technology, the CX300 uses the traditional one-way that greatly simplifies the certification and operation while allowing operators to take advantage of existing airport facilities. The aircraft shows a lot of its design cues with going to come back in on runway 24. Certification, it's pretty steady at the moment as all these new eVTOLs and CTOLs, US Federal Aviation Administration, have accumulated thousands of miles of real-world flights.
It is. There will be.
Down safely, all three wheels, letting it roll down the runway. This aircraft with the Logan Air logo is going to come back and it's going to be parking up in the static area, so if you want to have a close-up look at it, do go along and have a chat with me.
Item containers, armoured vehicles, or two unavailable passenger helicopters. At the controls today is Royal General Captain Matt Wells, second as well as his friend, who welcome the second child carrier, the world's first class passenger. We're joining in with the upper congratulations. In the co-pilot, the flight crew and Rand, proud mate and Sam joined in the squadron in 2024, flying story, looking to be clear. Taking command of the aircraft, positioning this aircraft landing site. Sergeant and Thomas. Captain John Delaria, breaking out of the and the right flying team.
Get out of the Jeep. Just not trying to get away.
In the desert and in Arctic conditions.
They might actually, it seems
And
pretty
an aerial firefighter in Cyprus. Outside work, Callie enjoys shish kebab. The agility and power of the Chinook enable it to perform well in high temperature or high altitude conditions. Prepared for combat, Chinook boasts a layer of Prince ballistic armour up to the windows, a rear-facing M60 machine gun, and a whirling positions the aircraft to protect friendly forces on the ground at Crowd Centre, while Cammy brings the starboard gun to bear on enemy positions. Today, we will ask you actually as the starboard gun reaches the end of its weapons arc. And now, ladies and gentlemen, cameras at the ready to meet our number one crewman, Sergeant Stretch Armstrong. With prior career stints as a reservist in the RAF Regiment and an Air Operations Officer, Stretch couldn't resist the call of flying, joining 18 squadrons as a qualified crewman in 2023. An impressive portfolio for a man with such impressively large hands. Stretch distrusts rich tea biscuits, and his favourite Sandra Bullock film is B2, Cruise Control. Please share the love and give Stretch a big wave. For better or for worse, he can see you. As the number one crewman at the rear of the aircraft, Stretch is responsible for defending the tail with the M60, monitoring its aircraft's mechanical systems, maintaining lookouts for enemy forces, and marshalling of external loads, as well as ensuring cargo, troops, or casualty applications, but was used to show off the awesome power of the Chinook to cruise at other helicopter types. All of those other aircraft are now sadly out of service, but the mighty Chinook continues to get the job done.
It's a real shame. Chris was in Bosnia. So that would have been
While
the
rightly
last
famed for its achievements in hot and dusty theatres like Iran, Afghanistan and West Africa, the Chinook force is also trained and ready for operations in Europe, the Arctic High North, and from the decks of Royal Navy, even conducting major repairs under enemy fire and in extreme environmental conditions.
UAE
Chinook engineers are highly
because
skilled
they were
and ready
taxiing
for
the
anything.
Airbus A400M down
Well, that would have delayed it.
If the aircraft
Yeah, right, yeah.
shore. Goodbye, gentlemen. Thank you for your service. And what an amazing show. Look at that.
Let's make a deal, Joe. If and only if we get a ride out of here in a helicopter, we'll come back in 2028.
Unlikely. And unfortunately, as I said, because of the loss of the